What if the MG-42 had never existed? The MG-42, with its blistering rate of fire and distinctive sound, was a cornerstone of German infantry tactics during World War II. However, imagining a scenario where this formidable machine gun never existed provides intriguing insights into how different the war might have been. The role of the MG-42. In German tactics, the MG-42 was central to Nazi infantry tactics. Entire squad and platoon doctrines were built around the overwhelming firepower it provided. German units relied heavily on the MG-42 for suppressive fire, allowing for maneuvers and maintaining defensive positions. Its absence would have necessitated a shift to alternative weapons, fundamentally altering German combat strategies. Alternative machine guns. Without the MG-42, the Germans would have likely depended on several other machine guns. MG-34, the direct predecessor to the MG-42. Reliable but with a slower rate of fire and more complex to produce. It would have remained the primary machine gun. MG-13, MG-15, and MG-30. Older models that would have seen more extensive use. These were less efficient and more cumbersome compared to the MG-42. Maxim Guns. These World War I-era machine guns were robust but heavy, and less suited for the mobile warfare that characterized much of World War II. Knorr-Bremse MG. Another potential substitute, though less well known, it was used by some German units. Practical considerations and misconceptions. A common misconception, often perpetuated by movies, is that the MG-42 could fire prolonged bursts without issue. In reality, the barrel would overheat quickly, requiring frequent changes to maintain effectiveness. This practical limitation underscores the intense logistical support required to keep these weapons operational. Tactical limitations. Interestingly, while the MG-34 and MG-42 provided significant firepower, they also constrained Nazi infantry tactics. The reliance on machine guns meant that German squads were less effective if the gun or the gunner was neutralized. Concepts like mutual support, overlapping fields of fire, and effective fire and movement were poorly executed without the machine gun's presence. This reliance made German infantry vulnerable when their primary source of firepower was taken out. Human impact. The MG-42's high rate of fire and psychological impact contributed to significant Allied casualties. Without it, fewer lives might have been lost during key battles, such as the Normandy invasion. That's true the most casualties caused by artillery, but the absence of the MG-42 could have led to less formidable German defenses, potentially altering the course of several critical engagements. Conclusion. In conclusion, if the MG-42 had never existed, the German military would have faced significant tactical and logistical challenges. They would have had to rely on less effective machine guns like the MG-34, older models like the MG-13, and even World War I-era Maxim guns. The absence of the MG-42 would have not only reduced the effectiveness of German infantry, but also potentially saved thousands of Allied lives by making German defenses less formidable. This scenario highlights the profound impact of a single weapon on military strategy and the course of history.